So we're here with Frank Eliason from Comcast, better known by lots of people as the face behind Comcast Cares, a very popular Twitter account. So Frank, tell us a little bit about what it's been like to offer a face to Comcast, a brand that a lot of people consider faceless.
And I would say it's been actually amazing, the fact that I'm sitting here, talking to a room full of people about what we do. It just shares exactly that. But putting a personality to it, I think it's been really just me being myself, being personal, and being there to discuss things. And what's happened is that being personal now has people that are becoming my advocates and saying, hey, can I help people for you? And they don't have anything to do with Comcast. So, it's an amazing experience in social media, but personality is actually more than just that. It's not only how you interact on social media, but people have to look at brand personality and how the letters that they send out, and all marketing, it all ties together in how they're perceived by the public. And if it's personal, we have a belief structure that's connected. People are going to be much happier, much more pleasant, and the conversation's much different. So it's exciting, but it is, every day is new. It's for us. You never know what to expect, but as we figure it out, it's been a lot of fun.
Now, you come across as a guy who actually cares what people think, and sometimes people feel like that's unique in a customer service experience. So, talk a little bit about that. I mean, how important is it for you to actually be the sort of person that does care, and how do you translate that to perhaps the rest of your customer service team?
I think ultimately you have to have passion for the customer, and as you have passion for that customer, it's going to invoke people doing more for their customers and helping out, and your customers are going to be much more excited. Now, the way I take that not only on the forefront on the web, but also when I'm dealing with internal customers, I have that same exact passion, and I try to encourage that passion for every single customer service representative we have. Now, obviously, I don't have interactions with each of them, but I do through videos and just my own way of emailing people to make sure that people have that same passion. Zappos is a great example. The people that work there have a passion for their customers, everybody. And ultimately, in an environment with sales and whatnot, it is going to be about passion for your customer, or you won't have one.
And one of the things that you talked about that I thought was interesting was this idea that a lot of the reception that you've received from people in social media has given you some credibility to achieve some things within the Comcast sort of hierarchy. So talk a little bit about that. I mean, how has that helped you to get more of a profile for yourself within the company and really make a change?
Well, I think ultimately what has really gone on is the social media people, the bloggers and whatnot, have spoken about the work that we've done. That's been noticed then by the traditional media sources. Then the traditional media sources have then written stories about it. Well, what gets noticed by, people within companies? It's the traditional media that becomes very well noticed, and so
you had a great New York Times piece, right?
New York Times, ABC News, Philadelphia Inquirer, USA Today, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and that's only naming a few.
Yeah.
They've done pieces on this, and ultimately that then gives credibility where they want to, how is this happening? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
And, becomes a high-level conversation as to what do you do differently? How do you do it? And then we can then share stories, and I share customer stories all the time because I find customer stories what brings about change. And so by doing that to these executives, we brought a lot of change over the past 6 months.
Now, you're obviously a customer service guy, but you've been now thrust into a position where you're kind of like a PR person for Comcast. So, how has that been relating to the PR team? I mean, Comcast has a big PR team, I assume, and now you're working with them. So
my favorite thing used to be, the best thing about me was I was not one of them, and it was a big joke. And I used to tell people, "Hey, I'm not PR." And I think someone came to me a few weeks ago and said, "You are PR, whether it's on your title or not." And it's
everybody in the company sort of is, right? I mean, that's the point.
And to me, it's right now it's convergence of marketing, PR, and service is all starting to come together. It's all becoming one, and that's one of the things that I think is going on. I think for myself, it's been an adjustment. I was used to being behind the scenes kind of guy who was helping with service, making the service better. Now I'm at the forefront. You have to get a little comfortable with that, and I'm not going to sit at times. I had to sit and go, whoa, what is going on here?
Yeah.
But as I've gotten much more comfortable with that, I think it's been making a much great experience for me. I have fun every single day again, and people, whether it be in the blogosphere or at Comcast, they review my opinion and talk to my team. It's really about my team, not me. And they, to find out what we can do better and how we can do it and what we are hearing. So it's been an amazing time.
So, I mean, one of the big reasons why I think everybody is sort of talking about this and looking at it as a great case study is because you work for a brand that does have a lot of negativity about it. So, what advice do you have for other brands who might be considering doing the same thing, who might be or might not be in a similar sort of situation?
I think the best advice I can give is don't jump into things. Watch, learn, review, take your time, listen. And as you do that, then you'll be able to interact in these communities, because these are communities, and make it really worthwhile. If you jump into it, most likely you won't get it right. But if you watch it and you learn from it, you can then do the best things going forward. And that's what we've done in each step we've taken in this process.
That's great advice. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, Frank. All right, I'm Nikhil.
Hey, how are you?